On this first beat, Curmel's going to move in, head and weight over that lead foot. Note the rear hand extended, controlling Flores. Second, he's going to fire his lead hook to the body. Now, Flores is setting up a catch and counter, head over that lead foot. He completes the catch. Third, Curmel's going to throw his rear hook to the body as Flores uncoils his lead hook. Fourth, Flores is going to throw his rear hook while Curmel weaves out. Fifth, rear uppercut. Sixth, rear straight. Seventh, lead hook to the body. All right, Mike here, author of Boxing Patterns. We're going to break this down into a partner drill, along with talk about some of the defensive mistakes for Flores. So note the open stance matchup. Curmel's in orthodox. He's in bladed high, meaning his head and weight is towards his rear foot, while Flores, the southpaws in square high, head and weight over that lead foot. And so on this first beat, Curmel's going to move in, meaning his head and weight's going to move from his rear foot to his lead foot while shoulders and hips rotate into square high. And as for Flores, there's no state change. So for Curmel, he's moving in, and Flores, there's no change. Then on the second beat, both are setting up traps. Curmel's going to throw a lead hook to the body, and that's just a placeholder so Flores springs his catch and counter trap. And for Curmel, we have lead hook, body, and for Flores, we have lead catch. And anything in parentheses is a defensive movement. Then on the third beat, Flores is going to spring that lead hook as Curmel fires his rear hook. And that means they're going to be punching on the same beat. And one thing to note, when you throw a lead hook to the body and connect, you tend to get stuck with your head and weight over your lead foot. So the fact that Curmel can throw a rear hook to the body off of that lead foot is super impressive. Note his head ended over that lead foot, and check out that rear foot pivot. So for Curmel, we have rear hook to the body, and for Flores, we have lead hook. Now, on this fourth beat, Flores is going to throw his rear hook as Curmel weaves out. And let's jot that down. Weave out for Curmel. And rear hook for Flores. Now, up to this point, Flores has been mechanically sound. It's just that Curmel had better answers for Flores' questions. But here's where Flores made a mistake. Take a look at that rear foot shift, and he's going to compound this misstep. On the fifth beat, he's going to look to punch with Curmel. Curmel's going to throw his rear uppercut to the body, while Flores throws his lead. Now, had Flores not shifted this rear foot forward and kept it planted, he would have been in a 50-50 exchange with Curmel. His head and weight would have been over that lead foot, having access to his lead hand, while Curmel's head and weight was towards his rear foot, having access to his rear hand. So for this partner drill, we're going to say Curmel fired that rear uppercut and Flores kept his rear foot planted, and that would allow him to catch that rear uppercut with his rear elbow. So let's go ahead and jot that down. Rear uppercut for Curmel, and for Flores, rear catch. So think Flores is in his high guard, head over that lead foot. And on the sixth beat, Curmel's going to throw his rear straight. And again, we're going to say Flores stays in the same state in that high guard. And that rear straight for Curmel is right here. And Flores is going to use his lead and rear glove to close out that opening. So let's jot that down. Rear straight for Curmel. And for Flores, we're going to say rear catch. And finally, on the seventh beat, Curmel's going to throw his lead hook to the body as Flores catches that shot with his lead elbow. Lead hook to the body. And Flores, lead catch. And this is exactly where we started. Flores can run this exact same sequence back again and retry that catch and counter pattern.